Hello there, this is Conrad Blady, and this is the Imaginarium at Hotman Productions in Linthicum, Maryland. It's August 2019. This is the yard sculpture called Surrounded. The pins are surrounded by bowling balls. It's grown a bit this year. This short video is going to record this year's new additions and improvements. This is the plate bird, which is the very first of my piano plate sculptures, done a few years ago. And we have used brass plaques to give some color and reflection to the side yard. That was last year's project, I think, one of them. And as you walk through the side yard, past the brass plaques, see on the railing a recycled bell from the truck that used to ring in the back of the truck as it rode down the highway. Here's a Celtic inspired piece called Heads. The Virgin Mary of the bonfire refused to stand up. She kept falling into the fence, so she had to be relocated downhill. And we put behind her an urn to make her aura. Not a bathtub. You might see bathtubs, but we thought an urn would be better, slightly Indian inspired. She's dancing around with a part of my washing machine on her head. It's as Saint Bridget Kildare danced around with a harrow on her head, a symbol of importance. But she is protecting the bonfire. The angels were relocated from the front, one here and one there. A piece of handy car is on a scale to bring to mind the value of art. The ancient 50s backyard grill is crumbling, so it had to have a veneer of art that'll keep it up for a while. There's a caldera chimney, and this year we put a lot of sort of steampunk-like brass instruments and so on. Not much new in the pool, just a redo of the piping for the fountains. In this part of the grill you can place your order. There's Adoil, the source of the light in the creation of the universe in the book of Enoch. This is the statue commemorating the disqualified jockey in the Kentucky Derby. Oh no, yes, in the Kentucky Derby. We thought he ought to be remembered. And the horse. And the old couple of guardian elves. French horns were relocated. They've been sitting on the bottle tree. When it came down this year, we had to do something with all the artifacts. There's two French horns on the gate leading into the backyard. This is my work table, total mess as usual, but getting better. We added heads to all the fancy chairs on the flight deck. Gives them character. And of course there are the relocated plaque doors, which are a good place to preside on my Adirondack chairs. They used to be on the side of the house street until the hinge broke. Too much weight when wet. Here's again a number of things that needed relocation, and they're now greeting you on the way up into the house. Uncle Sam, the bowling girl, Virgin Mary, and the famous foot and leg. Another French horn up there, another picture of the same one. And a gathering of bits and pieces in a Baltimore tire urn. The latest project, I just finished it yesterday, I'm calling a folly. These follies are things that you don't know what really have a name for. They're just sort of things you've done. They're sort of whimsical. It's all made out of black pipe. Woody on the top. Used to ride on the top of, and the whole fan used to ride on the top of the truck for years. So we had to have a home when the truck went. We have a flower holder made of a brass instrument, baritone. The combination of objects makes up this other one. We're going to use that for cutlery and possible menus. And then there's the girl on the wheel. She's been there for a while. And then the assorted rescued concrete. Of course, the cone heads wander around at will. There's a picture of a dental chair. The two boys' concrete sculptures. The base was a little bit loose when I finished, so I thought I'd add some weight, so I put the two boys there sitting on orange clouds, holding flags. And the pipe goes up. There's the one branch has the turbine fan with Woody on it. The other branch holds the flagpole, which now has the Maryland flag, and beneath that, nice chimes. Behind there you can see the commodophone. It's sort of peeking out behind. It's the golden object. Still works. I tuned it up this year. Here's where the bottle tree used to be. Now we have a nice flagpole. It's up there now. It has the Welsh dragon flag on. And the Coneheads, they're having a memorial gathering over the concrete figure, girl lost in the woods, lost children. And there again, the lineup of donkeys. There's Eve from the truck. She rode around in the truck for a while. She's looking better than she used to. And then my amazing structure for replacement of the old garden trellis. It's now made of black pipe draped with beautiful streamers. And the picnic table was levitated. Gotta mention my golf club. The only thing you can really do that's productive at golf is to put them in a bouquet. There's the sculpture called the apotheosis of the piano. It's changing into a god rising from the flames and going into heaven. Picnic table hasn't been seen for a number of years. You can get a glimpse of the resurrected picnic table. Had to be lifted and supported. To the right of it is the mother watching her children not. She's not really watching. Then we come to our medieval inspired heraldic piano plates. Each one is a different individual animal, or maybe two animals fighting together. This is an individual animal eating fruits of a tree. The other fan was mounted on the first piano plate, which we obtained before we moved into the house, just before. And that runs pretty good if we have a wind. course, you do these things and you don't get much wind. In the back there are more medieval heraldic inspired piano plates. This is the forge over here, and in front of it another medieval inspired plate. This is the back room. Those girls and boys there, the torsos used to ride on the truck bed. This is a reality changer, which obtained a new horn. Then there's the new Guy Fawkes because the other one deteriorated. Santa Fox. And these two have been repositioned here. Got personality. This year I revived the spinning disc of fortune. The gurney has been rehabilitated and repainted, restored. I've been experimenting with nailing up 78s. It's been a pretty warm summer and they haven't deteriorated at all. Here's another part of handy car recycled. This is the forge. This is our Picasso style plate. The three heraldic inspired plates. Each one of these has two animals fighting each other. You gotta look for the faces and the eyes. They're down the walk of the forged fire pit. Fire pit is lined with brick and another layer of hard rocks to be used in pit roasts, and then a lot of beautiful granite cobblestones. In the back of the forge is my smoker, which I really enjoy that. And other figures. The gazebo is to represent a sort of maybe a tent-like structure made of pipe, swaying and moving in the breeze, not stiff and hard welded like pipe. So it sort of looks uneven, but that gives you that effect, and when the breeze comes and blows the strips of cloth, it does have a movement to it, which is kind of fun. This is the leg gate, which is the old handy-car driveway. This being restored. Virgin Mary is bringing her people ahead, leading them on. There's a reproduction human back, and I could say, I'll be right back. Here you can see gargoyles. It's Adam from the truck. He used to ride on the truck. And then my Indonesian inspired waving cloth banners. They really look good at night as they reflect the light pretty well. Old pieces of handy-car were put on, recycled into the exhibit over there. They've all been made into animals. This gate is made of computer keyboards, the handy-car gate, with 2 sandboxes. 1, 2. Back in and around. Then we'll go take a look at Charles. Great find. Charles was recycled from the dump. And that's Charles, the spirit of the bonfire. All for now.